Minister Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma has confirmed that the Pretoria floods have claimed one life. Another person is missing. Dlamini-Zuma briefed the media during a site visit to Informal settlement in Mamelodi, east of Pretoria. That's where over 700 shacks have been washed away in the flooding. Emergency supplies were given to 500 displaced families. Abel Tau is the acting executive mayor of the city of Tshwane, now joins us from our Pretoria studios. Good evening, acting mayor, and welcome to The Full View. Can you give us an update on the evacuation efforts?
Good evening, and good evening to the viewers of Full View. Indeed, we can give an update to obviously the country as well as the citizens of Tshwane. It is correct that one life has been claimed in Centurion, but over and above that, it is also unfortunate that another life has been claimed by electrocution in the East Fabrique area. The one child who went missing has been reunited with their family, and we do have about 1,200 people that are displaced in the whole of the city of Tshwane. 75 are housed in Littleton Town Hall, and then the rest are housed in Mamelodi in 3 centers, as well as obviously we do have 10 people who are housed in Atteridgeville. So in total, as a city, we are obviously faced with this mammoth task of ensuring that we keep our citizens safe, but I think we should be grateful to the emergency services that they've been up to the task so far.
Okay, and speaking about this particular informal settlement, has there been any confirmation as yet at this point whether there are people who are re-erecting their structures in that area?
We unfortunately have a situation where people would have come through to especially the Baptist Church Center and probably get the supplies that they would be donated to them and go back to their shacks because of a fear of losing their belongings. So yeah, we do have a challenge in that regard, but it's not a lot of people, and we continue to try and encourage them to move into places of safety, because as we have known, the weather services have warned that there is more rain predicted, as well as the fact that the emergency services have not declared the area safe for them to return.
Okay. You also spoke about one of the deceased being electrocuted. Do we know what happened there? Why was there a live wire?
Look, what you always find is that in these areas you would find that people have connected illegally, amongst other things, and I think that obviously with the flood, for some reason I think it was one wire that wasn't tracked, and unfortunately it happened that there is this electrocution that happens. But I do think that from that point on, all the electricity outlets were checked and isolated to ensure that not only people are safe, but the personnel that is out there is safe when they are doing the work that they need to do.
Sure. And acting mayor, one of the other conversations I think that this brings to light is a conversation that we should be having about town planning, as well as a migration, internal migration of people moving from various provinces and moving into Gauteng and areas such as Tshwane, as well as the city of Joburg being affected by the influx.
Absolutely. I do think that because of the growth that we experience in terms of urban migration and people seeking opportunities, it is expected that people would obviously have a huge influx of people coming into these urban centers, especially Tshwane, Johannesburg, and as well as Ekurhuleni. The issue of spatial planning is central to everything that we do, but central to the conversation should be a conversation around the manner in which people get land. I think that it becomes very, very important that the sporadic growth of informal settlement is kept, and we ensure that there is a way in which that people are allocated places to stay is orderly, and it's in a manner that is controlled. And I think as politicians and political parties, it becomes imperative that we make this clarion call to everyone to say the idea of obviously grabbing land at random referendum is not going to assist anyone. It doesn't assist us in terms of our planning, but it also doesn't assist us in situations such as this ones, because this is a clear flood line that we today have to be saying people have found themselves that they've been flooded like they have.
Who do we hold accountable in cases of this nature, Mayor?
Look, at this stage, I don't think it would be prudent for all of us to apportion blame. I think we have a very big responsibility right now to obviously bring hope to the people that are hopeless. There's a number of people who are looking for their loved ones and want to know that they are safe out there, that we're looking after them. And as a city that cares, I think more than anything, we just want to make sure that everyone is safe, everyone is taken care of. And from that point on, we obviously are going to look at saying who is culpable and obviously then bring that home. But more than anything, I think we need to go out there and start spreading the correct messages. Being populist about our messages to say people can grab land has proven, and it continues to prove, that to an extent is irresponsible. And I think as leaders we need to take the lead and make sure that we advise people accordingly. But also it is important for all of us to then fast track the delivery of services, ensuring that we house people properly, ensuring that we create service stands, and making sure that people who are in waiting lists do not lose hope on our processes in terms of them getting a piece of property that they can call home.
Okay, thank you so much. That was the Tshwane Acting Executive Mayor Abel Tau. We're going to go to a quick ad break. When we come back, we continue with the full view.